What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. So just going to talk about some other details that came out from that interview that happened with Geek Out Cinema with the Scream 5 filmmakers. As you saw in the thumbnail, yes, the majority of this video, the important topic is that, yes, Roger L. Jackson will be back to reprise his role as Ghostface, the voice that has been haunting us since the first Scream film came out in December of 1996. You know, Roger L. Jackson, he is the heart and soul of that character. A lot of people would argue without Roger L. Jackson, there is no Ghostface, there is no Scream. I know there was a hashtag going around earlier, no Scream without Roger, or no Ghostface without Roger, when we thought that he would not be back. It seemed very evident that he would be back. In fact, during the interview, Tyler Gillette and Matt Benetti opened, their reaction to it when they brought up Roger was like they thought that it had already been announced and confirmed. So apparently back in Brazil, that was supposed to be the confirmation, but the fact that there was still some uncertainty to them was, like, I guess, shocking. They thought that was the understanding amongst everyone that Roger was back. I know when I saw the Brazil panel, I wasn't 100% certain that meant Roger would be back. I thought that was just, you know, him just doing that for the Brazil panel. But apparently that was their way of trying to confirm, yes, Roger will be back in this film. So that's very exciting. Roger L. Jackson, only he can do that voice in the manner that we're most familiar with, in a manner that I think haunts a lot of us still to this day. If you're one of those people who is genuinely scared by these movies and you just get a thrill out of being scared by them, at this point for me, I'm not really scared of any horror film, including Scream. There's just something about those type of movies that I love. So I'm excited that Roger L. Jackson will be back. And I know that he has done a lot of other smaller roles throughout his career that I just recently became aware of. He had a hand in a lot of cartoons that I watched growing up, which I find to be completely shocking. So he's a very talented voice actor. Can't wait to see him back in Scream 5. I know he was involved with the 3rd season of the Scream TV series, so it'll be nice to see him return in the Scream film franchise. So another thing that I want to talk about was this trailer. Now, we don't know when we'll be getting our first look at Scream 5. I know a lot of people were hoping that it would be before the end of the year to honor the anniversary of the first film. We didn't get anything when that date came and went. Not even a single tweet from the official Scream Twitter page. We just got crickets. Now, based off of this interview that they had with Geek Out Cinema, the studio isn't even expected to see anything until late to mid-February. And then at that point, they'll probably decide to do the marketing by the end of Q1 going into Q2, if I'm remembering the words exactly from what I heard in the interview. And then what that tells me, what my hope is that we'll get a Scream 5 trailer or teaser attached to the release of A Quiet Place 2 when that film comes out. We'll get to see our first look at Scream 5 in April sometime, and it'll be attached to the release of A Quiet Place 2 when it comes out in April in 2021. If nothing happens and, you know, they don't delay that filming it further, because A Quiet Place 2 and Scream 5 both will be being distributed by Paramount Pictures, so you have an opportunity there to attach Scream 5, a first look at Scream 5, onto the release of a major film that many people were looking forward to this year. They got delayed due to the ongoing pandemic. So I think in April, that's my prediction. We'll see something for Scream 5 in April to hype up the film and to attach it to A Quiet Place to get people to go out and see the film so they can go see that first look at Scream 5 if they don't have access to see it online for whatever reason. But another thing that was brought up during this interview was apparently they're really confident in their decision behind casting Dylan Minnette. Now, Dylan Minnette, I know most people are familiar with him playing Clay Jensen in 13 Reasons Why on Netflix. He is an amazing actor. I really think he is an amazing actor. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table in Scream 5. He does a very good job at playing a very sympathetic character, but also drawing, like, he can be very sympathetic, but then he can also show you a crazy side, as we saw on 13 Reasons Why, because the last season of 13 Reasons Why, Clay was borderline insane, in my opinion. The way he kind of went in and out of this insanity was very, very unsettling to watch. So I know that's why a lot of people also thought that Dylan Minnette would make a very good Ghostface. I think he could give a very interesting performance post-mask reveal, but I don't think he's going to be the killer. He would do a phenomenal job if that was the case, but I don't think he's going to be getting that opportunity this time around. I know he's going to be portraying Judy Hicks' son, Wes Hicks. That's pretty much been out in the open for months now, so we know that he'll be portraying Wes Hicks, the son of Judy Hicks, and I don't see him being the killer, but they're pretty confident in him and them casting him in this film. So I can't wait to see what he does or how he factors into the narrative, what his role will ultimately be. Besides, just being the son of Judy Hicks, what will he contribute to the narrative? I don't see him being the killer. I just see him being one of the teens that's around for the kill count this time. I don't see him making it out of this film alive. But yes, I know that if he were to be Ghostface, he would probably give one of the best post-reveal performances that we've had in quite some time. He'd give us something very memorable, because when I realized Dylan Minnette was going to be something interesting was back when I saw him I knew he was going to be a big star. I had high hopes for him when I first saw him in Let Me In, that remake of Let the Right One In that came out in 2010. He starred in that film alongside Chloe Grace Moretz and the other kid who played the boy that was the main focus of that film. But he was the bully in that film. He was very, very believable in that role, very menacing, very unsettling to watch as he bullied that little kid in that film. I knew Dylan Minnette was going to be someone who we needed to pay attention to after I saw him in that film. And then he was in the Goosebumps films. Then he was in Don't Breathe. Dylan Minnette is very talented, so I can't wait to see what he does in Scream 5. I hope he is not just a throwaway character. A lot of people speculate that he could be a Randy type character of sorts, but we'll see what happens down the road when we get to Scream 5, January 14th of 2022. So I know a lot of you guys are excited to know that Roger L. Jackson will be back. I know I'm making this video a little late. Most of you probably already knew this, but I just want to put this out there for those who did not know. Yes, Roger L. Jackson will be back to reprise his role of Ghostface. He will be on the phone, haunting everyone. And it'll be nice to see how he interacts with these people, because I believe it'll be more than just text messages this time. I have a high hope for that. But let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know if there's any movies, news, or reviews you would like me to cover in the future. With all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.